Ever tried to learn Spanish and ended up sounding like a poorly programmed language bot? Well, you're not alone. You see, learning a language isn't just about memorizing words and phrases. No, it's about engaging with a culture, a people, a way of life. And sometimes that journey can take us down some hilarious detours. Ever ordered a polo at a restaurant expecting a chicken but got a full plate of rice instead? Hey, happens to the best of us. Or how about the time you wanted to say you were embarrassed and ended up announcing you were pregnant? Yep, embarazada and avergonzado are two words that trip up many a Spanish learner. But don't fret, we've all been there, fumbling with our phrase books and turning 50 shades of rojo. But don't worry, we won't leave you sounding like a malfunctioning Rosetta Stone. Now remember the last time you accidentally called someone's mother a horse? Yeah, let's avoid that. Welcome to the Spanish vocabulary tangle, where a slip of the tongue could mean the difference between a compliment and a faux pas. Spanish, like any other language, is full of words that sound similar but mean entirely different things. And let's just say, some mix-ups are more embarrassing than others. Take the words caballo and cabello, for instance. They may sound almost identical to the untrained ear, but one means horse and the other means hair. Now imagine you're trying to compliment someone on their lovely locks, and you end up praising their splendid stallion instead. Not a great start to a conversation, right? It's not just about avoiding awkward mix-ups, though. Having a solid vocabulary is crucial to expressing yourself accurately and understanding others. It's the foundation of communication. You might be able to get by with a handful of phrases, but to truly converse in Spanish, you need a broad and diverse vocabulary. But don't be disheartened. You don't need to memorize a dictionary to have a meaningful conversation. Learning Spanish vocabulary can be fun and engaging. It's all about immersing yourself in the language. Listen to Spanish music, watch Spanish films, read Spanish books, and most importantly, practice speaking. And when you stumble upon a new word, don't just learn it, use it. Make it part of your everyday conversation. Now, let's talk about pronunciation. It's equally important as vocabulary. You might have an extensive vocabulary, but if your pronunciation is off, you might still end up talking about horses when you meant to talk about hair. So practice your pronunciation. Listen to native speakers, repeat after them, record yourself and listen back. To sum it up, vocabulary and pronunciation are the two pillars of language learning. They are the keys to unlocking the full potential of your Spanish communication skills. So, next time you want to compliment someone's hair, make sure you're not calling it a horse. Spanish grammar, the beast that lurks in the shadows, ready to pounce on your sentence structure. Now, if you thought English grammar was tricky, wait till you meet its Spanish cousin. It's a labyrinth of conjugations, exceptions and rules that seem to have been designed purely to mess with your head. But fear not, for even this beast can be tamed with a little patience, a dash of humor and a whole lot of practice. Let's start with the classic conundrum. Sir versus Estar. Both mean to be, yet they're as different as chalk and cheese. Sir is like your birthmark, permanent and unchanging. It's used for inherent qualities like soy professor. I am a professor. Estar, on the other hand, is like your mood, temporary and fluctuating. It's used for conditions or states like estoy cansado. I'm tired. Simple, right? Until you say soy aburrido when you meant to say estoy aburrido. Congratulations, you've just told everyone you're a boring person. Not that you're bored. Well, at least you've made someone's day brighter with your faux pas. And let's not forget the notorious Spanish subjunctive, the chameleon of Spanish grammar. It changes its form according to mood, doubt, or uncertainty. It's like a salsa dancer, always in sync with the rhythm of the sentence. But don't be too hard on yourself if you get it wrong initially. Even native speakers get tripped up by the subjunctive sometimes. Then there's the delightful confusion between por and para, both meaning for. Por is used for reasons or motives, while para is used for objectives or goals. So, if you're thanking someone for a gift, you say, gracias por el regalo, not gracias para el regalo. Unless, of course, you're thanking them for a gift you're yet to receive, then by all means go ahead and confuse them. But hey, who needs to be grammatically correct when you can just sound like a charmingly confused tourist, right? Okay, enough of sounding like a lost tourist. Let's dive into the fun way of learning Spanish. Welcome to the world of Spanish education, where we believe that the most effective way to learn a language is to have fun doing it. We're not about memorizing endless lists of vocabulary or deciphering complex grammar rules. Instead, we're all about making Spanish an enjoyable experience that you'll look forward to every day. Imagine learning Spanish through engaging games, interactive quizzes, and amusing stories. Imagine laughing while learning about the quirks of Spanish culture. Imagine feeling the thrill of understanding your first full sentence in Spanish and the satisfaction of being able to respond in kind. That's what you'll get with Spanish education. But we're not just about fun and games. We're serious about helping you learn Spanish. Our approach is based on proven language learning techniques that help you absorb Spanish naturally, the way a child learns their first language. We focus on practical, everyday Spanish that you can use right away, not the formal, textbook Spanish that you'll rarely use in real life. And we're not just a YouTube channel, we're a community. When you subscribe to Spanish.Education and follow us on social media, you'll join a vibrant community of Spanish learners just like you. You'll get daily Spanish lessons, tips and tricks that will keep you motivated and engaged. You'll also have the chance to interact with native Spanish speakers, which is one of the best ways to improve your Spanish. If you're serious about learning Spanish in a fun way, we recommend getting the book Spanish the Fun Way on Amazon. It's packed with more fun and engaging ways to learn Spanish. And if you have kids, don't forget to check out our academy, where they can take 2 free live classes with a native speaker. Remember, learning Spanish doesn't have to feel like a chore. Make it fun. Share this video with your friends and spread the joy of learning Spanish. Don't forget to interact with us in the comments section and on social media. We can't wait to hear from you. Ready for a challenge? Let's put your newfound knowledge to the test. So you've been with us through the vocabulary tangle, wrestled with the grammar beast, and even discovered the fun way to learn Spanish. Now, it's time for a quick, humorous quiz to see if you've been paying attention. Don't worry, we won't be grading you on this, but we do encourage you to share your results in the comments and on social media. Let's make language learning a community affair. First off, how do you say good morning in Spanish? Is it A, Buenos Aires, B, Buenas noches, or C, Buenos dias? I'll give you a clue. It's definitely not the capital of Argentina. Next up, which of these is the Spanish word for cat? Is it A, perro, B, gato, or C, sombrero? Remember, sombrero might sound fun, but it's actually something you wear on your head. Moving on, can you tell me the correct way to say I love you in Spanish? Is it A, yo amo, to B, yo te amo, or C, yo soy amo? This one's a bit tricky, but if you've been following along, I'm sure you've got this one in the bag. And finally, can you tell me which of these is not a Spanish verb tense? Is it A, futuro, B, pasado, or C, cappuccino? If you're thinking about coffee right now, you might be on the right track. And there you have it, amigos. You've tackled the Spanish education challenge head-on. Regardless of how you did, remember that every mistake is just another step towards fluency. So keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep having fun with it. You're well on your way to sounding less like a language bot and more like a seasoned Spanish speaker. And if you enjoyed this challenge, why not share it with your friends? You might just inspire them to start their own language journey. Remember to subscribe for more fun-filled Spanish lessons. Until next time, adios. Well, that's all for today, folks. But don't just keep this newfound knowledge to yourselves. Share this video with your friends and pass on the gift of learning Spanish the fun way. And there's more where that came from. Subscribe to Spanish Education and follow us on all social media platforms. We're dishing out daily Spanish lessons that are sure to spice up your language learning journey. Want to take it to the next level? Grab a copy of Spanish the Fun Way on Amazon. Trust me, it's a game changer. And for those of you with kids, we got a special treat. Enroll them in our academy and they'll get 2 free live classes with a native speaker. The link's right there in the description. And remember, the best way to learn Spanish is the fun way. So what are you waiting for? Dive in and let's make learning Spanish a fiesta.